Hello world, this is Random Fix, and right here I have the Topdon Phoenix Plus, and this is the most expensive scan tool I've actually purchased myself with using my own money. And in this video today we're going to go ahead and review it, check out some of the functions of the tool. I'm going to go ahead and hook it up to a couple of different vehicles, try some stuff that I haven't been able to do on other scan tools, and see how it works out. And then I'm going to show you guys what's in the box. And lastly, we're going to go ahead and give this a random fix tool grade so you can make a better decision for yourself. Hey everybody, welcome back to Random Fix. So on this channel I review things, I build things, I do all kinds of random things. And today's video is nothing less than random because we're going to go ahead and test out this Topdon Phoenix Plus. And I purchased this unit for about $1,300 with sales tax. And we're going to go ahead and definitely try out this unit. And as I promised you guys, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what the unit can do and show you guys what's in the box. And lastly, I'm going to go ahead and give this a random fix tool grade so you guys can make a better decision for yourself before you spend $1,300. So here's the unit, guys. It's powered up and I have it connected to Wi-Fi, and I've been using it for about 3 weeks. I wanted to do the video earlier, but I lost my voice, and with COVID times I really got to take it easy. So now we're going and doing this video today. I got a fully charged battery here at 100%. And the battery in this unit is going to be a 6,000 milliamps battery, and it lasts about 2 days of use. And when you put it on standby for about a week, it only takes about 20%, so which is pretty cool. It's got the Chrome browser built in when you do the update. And speaking of updates, this unit comes with 2 years of included updates. And to go ahead and activate, it comes with a special card, a password, and you have to set up an account. And once you do it, you can go ahead and get any update or firmware updates with just a click, just like I did. And the unit is fast. So depending on what you're using this for, if you're using this for your house or a shop, I'll go into the pros and cons a little bit later on. And as you guys can see, this is real time, and it just finished the GWM. I think that stands for Great Wall Motors. And we did Peugeot, Porsche's next, and it's going to go ahead and finish all the updates. And anytime you want to go back, you just swipe like that and it'll go back. And it's a very easy to use interface. It's basically a 10-inch tablet which has great resolution. I think it's 1280 by 800, and it's running on Android 10, 4 gigs of RAM, 64 gigs of ROM. And the interface, when you swipe down, will allow you to turn on the Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. And speaking of Bluetooth, this has a VCI or Vehicle Communications Interface, and this is going to be Bluetooth. So if you want to go ahead and work in the shade instead of having to sit in the sun, you can do it. And the unit does have Team Viewer as well. So if you want to work behind a computer, connect this in the vehicle, you can definitely do it that way as well. Bluetooth is right there. We can go ahead and record. We can go ahead and take a snippet, take a picture, and we can take a picture. And talking about pictures, this unit right here has an 8 megapixel camera right here, and we'll go ahead and display some pictures and some uses for that. And on the back of the unit here, we can see that it's got this nice kickstand here, and we're going to talk a little bit more about this kickstand because I wish it had a little notch out like some of the Autel units, because then I can go ahead and not worry about falling off the steering wheel. We have a little expansion port back here, so you can buy different kinds of scopes and connect those back here once they're available. When I got the unit back in December, there was not any scopes or any actual modules available, so maybe they'll come in the future months. And again, this has a really nice feel, sturdy and pretty rugged. And it also comes with a 1-year warranty. So if you guys are using this for a shop, some of the Pro units and some of the Phoenix Elite items actually come with a 2-year warranty. And if that's something that you're going to be using it for, make sure you guys check out my upcoming Phoenix Elite video as well before you make a decision here. So let's look at this interface here. So we got local diagnostics, we got intelligent diagnostics, and this is pretty cool because it gives you kind of a map of all the different systems, and you can visually see it, and we're going to take a look at that. We got maintenance, and under maintenance it's got 34 different maintenance resets. So if you wanted to go ahead and calibrate a window, you could. You got the ABS bleeding, steering wheel angle sensor reset, gearbox, NOx reset, change language, TPMS reset, battery management, add blue reset. And my number one tip when it comes down to using a tool like this is email the vendor your VIN, make, and model, and they'll give you the different features that's available on your car, because not every one of these features is available for every vehicle. So let's go back here, ADS. And as far as the ADS, I'm going to talk a little bit more about this towards the end of the video. This is able to do it. Just know you have to buy optional equipment, and I'm going to have a link down to the Topdon website if you guys want to learn a little bit more about that. And so we got a battery tester, and for the battery tester, you're going to have to buy this module that it shows right here, and that is not included. We got the upgrade button right here, so you could go ahead and do all your upgrades. Remote diagnostics, and this is that team viewer setup that I told you about earlier. So if you want to go ahead and connect this to your vehicle using the VCI, and go ahead and leave this in your garage, and then maybe you have a laptop or something you want to control this with, you can go ahead and do it that way. And so under the repair info, we got a vehicle fault code library, we got a coverage list, materials, and the Chrome browser. And the Chrome browser is great because now what you can do is go ahead and use this, connect to Mitchell's On Demand or any other service you like to go ahead and use when you're repairing your vehicle to get that data, and you don't have to worry about carrying a separate laptop. And again, this is a 10-inch display, so it's very, very easy to use, and it gives you a really clear, non-glary screen here. We got the RD folder here, and basically you can recall reports. We also have a feedback section here, so in case you want to submit a ticket or something and there's a bug with this unit, you can do that. And we got a personal center here. You can change a password, connect to another Wi-Fi network, and you could also put the business information in. So let's just say you're using this for a shop and you're going to go and share some of these reports. You can go ahead and just upload your logo, put the shop name and address and phone number in, and you're good to go. We even got a customer management tool here, diagnostics, photo album, screen recorder, and settings. And if you guys notice right here, we have this little play button. So if you guys hit that play button, we can go ahead and record the screen, and this is going to make it really easy to go ahead and show you guys what I'm doing here when I pop this in the vehicle. So to pop this in the vehicle, all you want to do is grab the VCI, find your OBD2 port, and on this Prius it's right here, and you want to go ahead and just slide it into place. And the VCI port here is keyed, so if you look at the shape of it, you can't get this wrong. And when you slide it into place, you'll hear that beep. So we got the VCI connected, ignition's on. So this is what I was talking about on the back. It doesn't have a notch, so sometimes this will go ahead and slip when I'm using it. Nonetheless, let's go ahead and take a look at this. So we're going to go ahead and just look at local diagnostics here. Now we're going to go ahead and select camera scan. And yeah, the VIN scan did not work. We'll try it on another car. So you could go ahead and enter the VIN here and type it out. We could also use the intelligent diagnostics, and this should auto-populate the VIN as long as our ignition is on. And yes, the VIN scan worked. So we're going to go ahead and go to local diagnostics, and you want to go ahead and set the area here. We're going to choose North America. Hey guys, so we're inside the vehicle here. We got our ignition on and the VCI is connected. And let's go ahead and just try out a couple of different things here, just so you guys get a better idea on if this is the right tool for you. And the number one feature I've failed on every scan tool is being able to check the battery voltage on the hybrid battery here. And I'm going to go ahead and try this out on this vehicle here. So let's just go to local diagnostics. And when we click on this, what we can do is go ahead and do a VIN scan using the camera, which does not work on this Toyota. Or you could do a recent search. I'm going to choose a Toyota here, choose a 16 pin connector. And now we're going to go ahead and choose any additional features it has. Hit OK. And you guys can see that the tool is lightning quick than some of the budget devices out there. We get the system overlay look here, and we can do a system smart scan, and it'll go through all the different modules, and it'll pinpoint any modules that have issues. So I'm going to go ahead and let this run here for a second, and you guys will see that right now is checking all the different modules here. And this is the main thing between the local diagnosis and the intelligent diagnosis. On the intelligent diagnosis, it normally just runs this automatically. And in this case, this is a little different because we're choosing to run it. And I know I have an issue on the PDM on this vehicle. And let's see if this can go ahead and detect that. And the PDM is basically the module that controls that passenger side door here. And there we go. We can see that it did find the PDM fault, and it has a 1 next to it letting us know that it detected one issue. It'll go through the rest of these, or you can go ahead and hit pause. And again, this is a great view if you want to look at it this way. I personally like the systems list better just because I can read and see which module is for what, and it's a lot easier to understand. So let's go to the HV battery here. I'm going to hit OK, and we're going to go and choose actuation tests. So these are special tests you can do where you're basically going to send a signal to the vehicle. So in this example right here, I'm going to send a signal to the fan for the hybrid system here to go ahead and initiate. I can monitor the data, or I don't have to monitor the data. So I'm not going to monitor this data just because I can hear it. You can go ahead and just use the arrows left and right, and we can hear that that fan is on now. And I can decrease this. I can do the same thing for the blower motors, the fan speed, windows, for electronic water pumps, for automatic front gills. Any kind of actuation can normally be done through this menu here. So this is a bidirectional scan tool, and that's where that bidirectional function comes in, is the fact that it can actually go ahead and send commands to the vehicle. And I'll have some links down below if you guys want to learn a little bit more about some of these bidirectional functions here. And we can go ahead and hit special functions here. And under special functions, I'm going to go ahead and hit battery diagnosis. It gives me some information here. Does this communicate? And it says it takes about 2 hours to go ahead and complete. So if you were doing this repair, I would highly suggest that you put your battery on a 12-volt charger. So this is the very first scan tool that does communicate with the hybrid batteries. If we hit customize, and under customization here, we can do several different things. One of the things that we can do is we can turn off seatbelt warnings. We can go ahead and make it where the remote does not lock all the doors when you hit this twice. We could go ahead and play around with the lights on timing. So it's pretty cool to have this, and everything here so far does work. And for being double the price of some units, I wish it did a little bit more. However, it does do what it states it's gonna do. And you guys heard that little beep. That basically is reminding me to grab the VCI out of the vehicle. And you do not want to lose that because it's going to get very expensive. So now we've already seen the system diagnosis. We know what the intelligent diagnosis is. The fact that we can print out the reports. We can go ahead and share those. And we can label reports as pre-repair or post-repair. So I can actually have proof that the repair that I did do worked. I have that special maintenance function here. So if I wanted to go ahead and do anything elaborate, I can. So let's just say I replace the seat on this vehicle. I can go ahead and program that to work. If I had a BMW, I can go and code the injectors before I put those in. I can go ahead and code the battery. I can bleed the brakes. It's got a lot of great functions here. And again, this is 34 special reset functions, and you're going to go and get the updates on these automatically. And just know that everything that's listed here is not going to work for your vehicle. And again, always email the vendor. Stay tuned till the end, because I'm really going to give you guys the conclusion and a final score on this, so you'll know exactly what you're getting for your $1,200. Hey everybody, I wanted to show you really quick what you get with this 10-inch display, and when it comes down to graphing, you're really going to love what it does for you. So I'm going to enter the module for the engine here, and we're going to go and do some live data charting. If you go under read data streams here, we can go ahead and select some data streams, and check that out. We can select 207 different data streams here, and this is basically a lot of information. So I'm going to choose some information here that I want to look at really quick, and I've selected a few different data streams here, 6 total. I'm going to go ahead and hit OK, and now it'll basically display everything out to me. You can see that my battery voltage is under 12 volts. So I'm going to go ahead and start the vehicle. And as a tip, guys, just make sure your battery voltage is over 12 volts if you're going to program anything. So I'm back at a good steady voltage here of 14 volts. And we can see that everything's looking good. And I can graph this. I could save a sample here. I could do a report, and I could hit record as well. So I'm going to go ahead and hit graph, and we can see everything is graphed out here beautifully. So if I was looking at oxygen sensors, it would make it really easy for me to detect if there's an issue with one of the oxygen sensors, if one of them was being lazy. And I'm going to go ahead and start the engine here, and now we can go ahead and just see what's happening. So if this was not a hybrid vehicle and I was having an issue with maybe possibly an alternator, and I had a nice big display like this, I can go ahead and basically have 8 graphs side by side, and being able to record this and play it back over and over to go ahead and troubleshoot my issue is really going to be a big plus. And now I've selected a total of 4 different components to monitor. And check that out, guys. You can definitely see how useful that graph is when it's a little bit bigger. So this is pretty cool. So let me go ahead and pop this in the Mercedes. So we're here at the main menu here. Let's hit the intelligent diagnosis. So everything worked correctly. Local diagnosis. And let's go ahead and do an automatic search. And we're going to do this system scan here. And one thing, when you have a European vehicle, just be ready for a lot of error codes, as this is pretty normal. So even though the vehicle is under warranty, I'm expecting a laundry list of issues. Scan is done, and you can see that the system scan is complete because everything is either green, red, or gray. And gray basically means it's not equipped. I can do a report. I could do a diagnostic plan, and I can also clear everything. So let's send over a clear message to this. I normally recommend having the report first before you do this. I'm just showing this to you guys on the video here, and we'll see how well it does. So this is a good sign. It's asking me to turn off the ignition, and ignition's off. And after it waits 10 seconds, it's asking me to turn on the ignition. And once that's done, the ignition is back on. I'm going to hit OK. And again, it worked. And you can see under the SAM right here, SAM, that it went from 4 to 1. And now I can go ahead and do another report. So I always recommend doing the report before and after and comparing the two. And now if I wanted to, I can go ahead and troubleshoot what's going on with the vehicle. And remember one thing with vehicles in winter: whenever the winter months come, unless your battery is in perfect condition, a lower battery will cause all sort of issues. So always make sure you guys have a good battery. And now let me show you guys what's included in the actual box here. And I just want to show you how this actually picks up all this information. So if we look here under the motor control module, it has 7 errors. And let's go and see what these errors are, because on certain vehicles, they're kind of tacky almost. So it'll have all sorts of errors for really minute things. And we can see that the errors here are pretty minor. And we have 2 for the DEF fluid, for the diesel exhaust fluid, 1 for the fuel level is too low. So having a scan tool like this really does make it very easy to troubleshoot your own vehicle. So now that we know what the unit can do and some of the cool features, let's actually take a look at what's included with the unit here in this nice hard shell box. So the unit is going to come in this beautiful box here, and there's going to be a lot of accessories, and it has these drawers right here which you can go ahead and unlock, and everything fits into place here in its own compartment. So the unit comes with these BMW and Mercedes legacy ports like this, and the basic idea is the VCI just basically plugs into one end and the other end just connects to this side. It comes with an extension here for your OBD2, comes with some cable in here, USB-C, and this is how you actually charge this unit, is using the USB-C. And it does come with a power brick like that. I just use my Android charger to go ahead and charge up the unit. So you get lots of special adapters and a very basic owner's manual, and the unit itself is very easy to use. They are going to go ahead and make future updates on this. So if that's a concern, do not be worried about that. I honestly do not know how much the renewal cost of the software is after the 2 years is up. But from my own experience, you can still use the unit after 2 years and you'll be okay. You will not be locked out. However, you will just not get the newest updates. So if that's something that you thought about, just know that you should be good. And I'll include in the link down below on how much the updates are going to be, and I'll also have an email to them if you guys want to email them your VIN number, make and model, and find out which features are available for your vehicle. So one thing I wanted to note is, depending on the level of maintenance you do on your vehicle, you don't necessarily need to spend $1,200 to go ahead and do basic maintenance on a vehicle. If you have the budget and you want a tool that could do a little bit more, these scan tools like this are really a great buy. And in this video today, I can't really dive into every aspect of this scan tool, but just know if you're trying to reset a check engine light, this would do it. However, a $30 tool will also do it. Will it give you the same information as this? No. However, if you're looking for the OE side or the Toyota or Mercedes side of the repair and you want to know what that code is, you could probably get away with a $300 tool. And something like this just makes that process a lot more visual. If you want to start graphing things and looking at live data, you can go ahead and look at the live data here, and it will just go and make it a little bit easier for you to possibly troubleshoot using one of these. This is my favorite part of the video. This is where we're going to go ahead and give the Topdon Phoenix the score here so you guys can make that better decision for yourself. And I showed you guys all the different accessories that it comes with. It even came with a car lighter charger, if I didn't state that earlier, so you guys could charge it in the car if you're using it a lot. The battery life on this is amazing, and I paid for this unit out of my own pocket. And I'm going to go ahead and give this a random fixed score of 88 out of 100. And I really like this unit if money was not a thing. However, it is, and based on the pricing factor, it was not able to go and get into the 90s. And if you're going to be using this for a shop, this is definitely a unit that I would recommend. If for the average user that's going to be using it around the house, I really think there's going to be other units that are comparable in what they offer. They might not have the ADS adaptation. However, remember, you have to buy special equipment to make this work, and they're different for each make. So I would have to buy one for Mercedes and then for Toyota. Anyway, it's a very complicated procedure, and even though it'll walk you through it, I think 88 out of 100 is definitely a fair score on this. And I want to hear back from you guys. What do you guys think about this unit? Is this something that you own and you think I graded it too liberally or too conservatively? Let me know it down below. Is there anything on this unit that you would change? And how do you guys feel about the Topdon quality? Because I've been using the Topdon tools recently, and so far they're looking really good. So I am going to have a link down below if I'm able to save you guys any money on this. And stay tuned for my Topdon Phoenix Elite, as I'm going to have that video posted within about 2 weeks. So definitely stay tuned. And I appreciate you guys watching. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. You'll find all the links down below to other tools that I recommend. And at the end of this video here, you'll see a playlist with different scan tools. So if you guys want to learn a little bit more about this, you definitely can. And I appreciate you guys watching. If the video was helpful, give it a thumbs up. Again, if you guys like the channel and what I do here, consider subscribing, as it would mean a lot to me. It's absolutely free. Make it a great day. So we're here on the Topdon website here, and you can see their ADAS system here. And this is going to talk a little bit more about some of the things that you'll need and how the calibration process works. The tool does do a good job of walking you through this. I just didn't want anybody to be surprised later to find out that they're going to need to buy some of these stands, and as the sensors and the images are going to be a little bit different.